Hey guys, it's Andrew here from Learn How to Trade Online, and in this video, this is video 5 now of the 6, I'm going to go through and explain the 90-90-90 rule. So I don't know if you're aware of this, but 90% of retail traders lose 90% of their money in 90 days. And you're thinking, excuse my French, shit. Alright? Now, there's no sugarcoating that. You ask any brokerage anywhere in the world and they'll say something along those lines. Okay, now, if you're based in the UK or if you've seen any of the UK brokerages recently, the law's changed in the UK and they actually have to list how many of their clients make and lose money. And in the vast majority of cases, it says something along the lines of 75 to 80% lose. Now, the 75 to 80% that lose, that's just that month, right? Someone's made $1 profit, they're considered to be a profitable trader. Whereas, you can't live off of $1. So 90% of retail traders lose 90% of their money in 90 days. That's a cold, hard fact. Now, why is it? Because at the end of the day, that's pretty scary, isn't it? Well, first of all, one of the biggest reasons why amateur retail traders lose money is they haven't got a proven system. You need to actually have a mechanical, proven, tested system in place that generates consistent profits from the markets. And alongside that, one of the biggest things that got me profitable was having coaches, having mentors. I was very, very fortunate to have 2 mentors that got me profitable. Both of them prop and bank traders dealing with hundreds of millions of pounds and trading, well, put it this way, on 15-minute charts, they were trading $15 million positions. All right, so we're not talking chump change here. We're not talking 50 bucks a trade. These guys are dealing in serious funds. They were trading more per trade than I have in the entire fund that I run. Okay, so I'm very happy. I'm almost at £4 million now, but point is they're running $15 million positions. So you get some kind of an idea as to the scale these guys are trading at. And they're the biggest reason why I am where I am. Think of it this way. If you learn to drive, you get a driving instructor. If when you learned to swim, you had a swimming teacher. And think of it this way as well. If you wanted to learn how to skydive, would you want someone to help teach you? Would you want a tandem dive where you dive with somebody else that helps you understand everything to begin with, or would you rather they just push you out the plane and wish you good luck? All right, so at the end of the day, it really does help to have someone coach, teach, and mentor you in the right direction. And a lot of amateurs don't have that. You also need to have a support system in place when you are going through a bad time, because you don't make money every single day forevermore. Okay, that's fantasy land. And the point is, when you're going through bad patches, which everyone goes through, including myself, you need to have other traders that you can talk to, that you can communicate with, that you can understand, and kind of step back from your own trading rather than getting trapped in the depths of despair. Another thing that a lot of amateur losing traders fail to have is they haven't got a trading plan. They go, I've got a trading plan, it's in my head. Yeah, right. So you go and try and get a loan from a bank with that business plan that's in your head. Never going to happen. All right. Whereas if you've got something written down on paper, you're far more likely to stick to it. So all of my members get a simple 1-page trading plan template that they can go through and they can complete the information, because it helps them to actually commit to what they're going to do going forwards. And one of the biggest killers, I would say, of retail traders' trading accounts is unrealistic goals. They're trying to turn $1,000 into $1 million in the next 6 weeks or something stupid like that. And it's just not going to happen. It's completely unrealistic, but unfortunately that's what a lot of people are doing. They're trying to turn, $100 into $1,000 by the end of the week. Yeah, you might be able to do it on a demo account, but I bet you can't do it live. So if you have these unrealistic goals, you need to bring them into check. And it might not be what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear. And that's part of having a coach or having a mentor. It's not just about telling you what you want to hear. They have to tell you what you need to hear. So forget those crazy pie in the sky numbers of, stop shopping for a Lamborghini you can't afford yet. You've got to actually get the hang of trading first. And at the end of the day, if you make 1% a month, the bank might give you 1 to 2% a year. So 1% a month, you're beating the bank very comprehensively. Now, I do significantly more than that, otherwise I think you'll agree what's the point. But the point, the real thing I'm trying to get across to you here is you're not aiming to double your account every single month, because that's never going to happen. Now, take a look at this. This is a really good way of getting it across to you. So, the probability is on the left-hand side, and the returns are on the right-hand side here. So the probability of getting a 0% return is very, very high. As in, stick your money in the bank and you'll get maybe a 1% return, if that, if you're lucky, in a checking or current account. And as you go for higher returns, the chances of that happening get less and less. So if you put your money in the stock market, you typically get 10, 12% a year on average, and on the US equity markets, and 8, 9 years out of 10 that's going to happen, and 1 year, maybe 18 months, you're going to get crucified during a recession. So the chances of getting 10, 12% a year is kind of 75, 80%, but there's going to be that recession that really catches you out. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. You can do that, and if you know what you're doing, you can avoid the recession too. But a lot of people don't know how to do that. But again, the point is, as you aim for higher returns, the chance of that happening gets less and less. So if you're looking to do, 10,000 million% return, the chance of you doing that's absolutely flat bang zero. Okay, one person in the world may do it, all right, once, but it's never going to happen consistently. In fact, if you look at the Guinness Book of World Records, I don't remember the exact numbers now, but the guy turned something like 50 grand into 18 million in 18 months. It was something like 50% a month. I remember working at 46 or 47% a month, which is astronomical returns. But it was during the tech boom when everything was going up, and he admits himself it was incredibly lucky that that happened. But you can't assume that 50 grand to 18 million is the norm, because it's not in 18 months. All right, so understand that as the rate of return you're looking to achieve gets higher and higher, the chances of you achieving it get less and less and less. All right, and that is just pure common sense, without even looking at the numbers. You know that for yourself. If you're looking to make 1,000% return a year, there's not a 100% chance of that happening. You have to do a lot of things very, very right to get 1,000% return, and very, very few people are going to be able to do that. Okay, and the probability of you doing it is less and less and less and less. So just understand that's what the curve actually looks like. As you aim for exponentially higher returns, the chance of you getting it becomes less and less and less and less. Surely it makes more sense to get, let's say, this kind of area covered through here, getting very, very, very good returns, not stupid returns, very, very good returns, but rather than it being a 30% chance or 20% chance, it being significantly higher than that. All right, because this is the kind of the typical route. But once you know what you're doing, you can get these level of returns, really kind of up to about there, in a, I'm not going to say 100% safe and secure way, but in a safe and secure way. There's always risks with investing, of course there are. But the point is, for me, 3 or 4% a year doesn't really interest me. I'm afraid it's not that exciting. And at the same time, 1,000+% a year really scares me, because the amount of leverage and risk to achieve that is astronomical. Whereas I'm very, very happy in this spectrum through here, making very, very good returns. Now, talking about the $1,000 or pounds into a million in a year, a lot of people start out trying to do those pie in the sky numbers, and at the end of the day, that's just not going to happen. Now, let me just go through and show you something that's going to open your eyes a little bit here. So let's say that I can get you to achieve 6% per month. Now, 6% per month is 100% per year. That means you double your account in a year. Not in a week or a month, but you double your account in a year. Okay. Now, this is going to hopefully show you why you want to play the game long term and make good money over the long term. So let's say that you've got a small amount of money to trade with. Let's call it $1,000 or £1,000 or 1,000 of whatever currency you're trading. Okay. And end of the first year, So you've got 1,000 in the account at the beginning, you do 6% a month, end of the first year, how much have you got? Well, just double that number. Double 1,000's what? 2,000. Pretty simple. Now, is that exciting? No. Making $1,000 a year is really not very exciting. Double it again. So 2,000 out the next year comes 4,000. Again, still not very exciting. Woohoo, 2 grand. Double it again. 8 grand. 4 grand? It's not going to hurt, is it? Double it again. 16 grand. Okay, getting a bit more exciting now. Double it again. 32 grand. So that means that in 5 years, you've taken 1,000 to 32,000. Now, is that exciting? Yeah, kind of. It's a damn sight better than leaving it in the bank. Okay, but you're not going to be living off your trading with, with that. But you're going to be happy with the returns you've achieved. Double it again. 64,000. Double it again. 128,000. Double it again. 256,000. Things are starting to get a lot more exciting now. Double it again. 500,000. Double it again. In 10 years, you've taken 1,000 to 1 million. Now you can see why it pays to go this slightly more safe and conservative route as opposed to trying to turn 1,000 into 1 million in 6 weeks. That's 1,000 to 1 million in 10 years. Now here's the cool thing. 10 years time, you've got this million in the bank. Great, in your trading account. You double that again, what does it go to? You've made an entire million the next year. Double it again, you've now got 2 million, to 3 million, to 2 to 4, to 8. It snowballs very, very quickly. But I've just shown you 1,000 to 1 million in 10 years. All right, now, with regards to doing that, that is only working off of 6% a month, which is doing twice as badly as I would expect any of my members to do. Okay, so that's using ultra safe, conservative approach to trading daily charts. That's not including any day trading. That's not including, well, the returns are half what I'd expect you to achieve. But I've really kind of reduced the numbers so that you can see even in a much poorer case scenario, the numbers are still very, very good. All right. Now, if you want to learn how to turn 1,000 into 1 million in the next 10 years, click the red button underneath this video. You'll be taken through and you'll go through and see what's involved in my Ultimate Trader program. Now, the whole point is to get you profitable in 90 days. And you've got to ask yourself, how much is it worth to you to learn how to turn 1,000 into 1 million in the next 10 years? How much is that worth to you? Having $1 million in 10 years' time, what's that worth to you personally? That's just off 1,000. All right, and that's also at half the rate of return I would expect. That's not including any extra money that you might add in. That's, again, the returns are half what I'd expect you to achieve. So it really starts to, you can see for yourself just how quickly this snowballs. Right. That's enough from me. Click the red button underneath this video. Go and check out my Ultimate Trader program and see for yourself exactly what's involved. I look forward to trading with you and I'll see you in the members area.